Hey loves, I'm super excited to be back with a Halloween look. Halloween is like my favorite holiday, so I cannot skip a tutorial for you guys. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the Juno & Co. Miracle Cream just to moisturize and cover all my pores. And then for my eyebrows, I'm using the NYX Vivid Brights color in the shade Rebellious Edge for my brows. This is just going to start off with the look that we're going to create for this skeleton skull glam makeup look. So yeah, I'm just slowly going to apply it like I normally do my brows, and then I'm gonna use my favorite concealer by Catrice and just, you know, conceal the brows, define it a little bit more, just to make it look more better than usual. And yeah. Alright, so next I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Luminix foundation in the shade Soft Beige. This is the first time I'm trying it out, and I definitely love the foundation. Like, I've been trying to look for a dewy foundation for a while now, and I actually do love this one a lot. I know it's a little bit lighter than my shade, but it's okay, I don't really mind it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Catrice concealer to conceal the areas that I normally conceal on my face. Nothing new. If you guys watch all my tutorials, I do the same thing over and over again with my concealer and foundation, all that. So yeah, now let's just continue on. So moving on, I'm going to be using my Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I'm just going to be dabbing all over with a brush, just a little bit of powder to get everything set, because it is a dewy foundation and I really need to have everything set in place in order to do all the designs and effects of the skeletal look I'm trying to create. So for this look, I did not actually really plan anything out. I was just going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to film, and whatever comes up to my mind, I'm going to create that. So that's definitely what I did in this video, this tutorial. I had something in mind, but I did not even like test it out or even like do a try before even filming this. So this is like definitely my first take on this skull makeup look. So I really do hope you guys will enjoy it. But how I did all these designs in effect is I just traced like where my cheekbones were at and added lines where I thought would look good and if it would look like a skull makeup. And so that's just what I did. Like, just do whatever you think looks good. Moving on to shading, I'm going to be using this Revolution collaboration with Jack, you know, Night Before Christmas, and the James Charles palette by Morphe. I'm using mostly the purple shades in these two palettes to create the look. So I'm just going to take from the James Charles palette the lightest purple second shade in it. You know, I can't really show you guys because I was recording it, but it wasn't focusing, so I couldn't really point to the color shade. But yeah, it's one of the second purple shade in the palette. That will help you guys if you guys do have the palette. Or any purple in any palette will do fine. And just, you know, slowly go around the areas of the lines and follow the area of the lines that you create. If that makes any sense. And then, you know, just blend and soften those areas out. Moving on, I did take a darker purple in the James Charles palette and darken out the edges of the line that I created with the Vivid Brights Color Cream, and slowly, you know, blend it in with the color just to give it a more definition, if that makes any sense. Like, I've been gone for too long. I'm having difficulty explaining things to you guys, and I'm very, very sorry. I think you guys kind of get the deal by looking at what's going on in the video. But anyway, let's continue. So moving on to the next step, which I actually think you don't really need to do this step. I was just thinking in my head like maybe this could work for the skull makeup. So I used the same Colored Creme by NYX and started drawing lines on where I will put like the skeletal teeth, and therefore, you know, I forgot to realize that it's really hard to blend this color cream that I'm using. So I really don't recommend doing this part, but if you want to, like, you know, do this part so you can get familiarized where you're gonna put your teeth when you draw it, then you could do this part, but other than that you can skip this step. Like, I just had to show it in here just because I did it, and like I said, I just did whatever came up to my mind to see if this look was gonna look good. So that's the reason why I did this step, but it's not really necessary for this step. For the teeth, I'm using the NYX Epic Wear Eye Embodied Liner in the shade White to create them. This part was the longest part throughout like the entire makeup look, just because I had to draw the teeth individually, fill them in, and I definitely recommend buying white paint for this part if you really want to recreate this look, just because like the liquid liner does help you define it, but it's just so hard to fill in the teeth with the liquid liner because then it gets all cracky and, you know, doesn't really look that good. And you have to go over it like twice to even make it look bright enough to the color that, you know, it will look good. So yeah, we'll recommend paint instead. So then I'm going back to the Jack's palette, and I'm using the shade Spooky to go in between the teeth just to add a little bit more definition. And then for the other shade in the palette, I'm using the shade Hinterlands to add a more depth into the teeth and make the teeth pop out a little bit more, and just to make the look a little bit more nicer. So for the eyes, I'm just going to be using the same exact shades I used to create the other shadings of this whole look, just to create it for the eyes. And I'm going to be creating like a wing effect so that the eyes are like pulled out a little bit before I create a cut crease. I'm using the concealer by Catrice like always, and you know, just create a nice even out cut crease all the way to the middle section of my eyes. Next, we're gonna move on to glitter, and I'm super excited to use this glitter because, you know, I finally get to play around with it. I forgot the brand name of this glitter, so I'll leave it down below so you guys can check it out in the description box. And like always, I will create a dramatic wing liner, and I would just have to say, this was so hard to do because the glitter was so chunky. So it kept sticking to the liner brush, and it was kind of difficult, but I managed to make it look good. And I'm just going to use this Tractable White Eyeliner by NYX and apply mascara and then lashes. And the lashes are by Kiss, and it's the name, I believe, Gala. I love this lash, it's beautiful. And then moving on to the nose, guys, I used the same exact color cream to create this look, and I just slowly used the remaining color of the cream to fill in the nose after I traced it all out to the shape I wanted it to be, and I did not add any more color after that. I do want to take this time right now and say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Either you guys have been on my channel for so long, or you guys are just new to my channel. I do really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and I do have a giveaway for you guys. I know I said it like in my last video, but I do have it planned. I just haven't filmed it yet. So I hope you guys are excited for that as much as me. So now we're going to move on, and I'm going to be using this palette by Anastasia. It's the Aurora highlighting palette to apply the highlighter to my cheekbones. And I got these cute gems from Spirit Halloween to add to this look. I just thought it looked so good. I just applied the gem thieves all over the areas of the part where I created all the teas just to cover up the cracks. It just did not look good, you know. So I'm glad these gems kind of covered it, and I really did like it because it added like a pop of glam to the Halloween look. And then I just add some gems wherever I thought would look nice. And for the nose, I wanted to add some glitter to make it pop out even more. So I went ahead and used the same glitter from the same brand I just used and put it all over my cheekbones and my nose. And then this look is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye guys!